Okay, so here we're going to look at a little bit of again, back at the paper, right? So the paper versus the reality as we try to implement our program or our humanitarian intervention. So what's fundamental is to understand that everything has happened in the past before today, right? Everything has happened in the past before today. So we really need to understand the past so that we can understand our present and anticipate future, or at least the immediate future. And when I say anticipate, I don't mean predict. Anticipation is different from predicting. Yeah, anticipation is being ready for, and we'll discuss that later. But what I want to say now is that no matter where you are in your journey of implementing the program you have at the moment, or the humanitarian intervention that you have at the moment, you should go back to the past to try to understand what happened before this. And sometimes programs or interventions run for a long time and they have several program managers over a specific period of time, or maybe they just have one. It depends on the length of the program. And sometimes programs get renewed or extended, and maybe there's high turnover. So the reason I'm saying going back to the past is because of understanding what happened before and how what you have to implement, it came into existence. So going back to look at the needs assessments, what were the needs, when were they done, how long ago in time, have they been reassessed? The same with the design, what was the context at the time for the design, what was happening at the time that the design was made, and are those things still happening now? Basically you're looking for what is the difference between then and now. What has changed since then and now? Yeah, then we will think about and what is likely to change in my immediate future so I can be ready for it. But it's key to understand the past. The past tells us something about the present, and our present will tell us something about the future. Also, you can see patterns, right? And also you bring knowledge from before. So your past as well is important, and the past of the program, the past of the organization in the location, and all of these things. Okay, so everything was done in the past before today. So it's important to go back and understand it. If you're managing a program at the beginning, but you didn't do the other parts, i.e., you didn't do the needs assessment, you didn't do the design part, you're just what I call inheriting the paper. And maybe you got a handover, maybe you got a report, but that's it. I would still advise you go back and try to do as much history investigation as you can to try to find out what happened in the past. Okay, this can help you a lot. What were the blockages that were in the past? What were the things that went well in the past? Where am I now? What happened in the past? That's very important. Yeah, but the key is understanding the contextual realities. Are the contextual realities today the same as they were before in important moments like the needs assessment, the needs decision, different decisions, design decisions? This is useful because it will point out any possible red flags, right? Red flags about the needs or red flags about the design. If you're having problems in your implementation, right, of course there are different reasons why you might be having problems in your implementation, but often we kind of think that we're having problems because of the contextual realities, what's happening externally, or internal dysfunctions, and we rarely look critically at, okay, but is this designed right? Are these the activities I should be running? Are these activities really contributing to my impact? Yeah? Maybe they made sense 6 months ago, but maybe they don't make sense now, right? So that's key to start thinking in this way, not just accepting the paper and implementing what it says in the paper or in the log frame. Yeah? Because as I mentioned before, I can run activities with no impact. I can have services with poor impact, right? And as a humanitarian program manager, you are spending money, effort, and time to get maximum impact for other people, okay? So your responsibility is to make sure that your design is outputting the best impact possible on these needs.